Welcome to the show, everybody. Joseph Rubber Camo, the fantasy football counselor. We're talking 5 rookie running back sleepers. Yes, the very important show here on which rookie's going to break out at the running back position, because everybody wants that sought-out value at the running back position, especially a rookie. Who's that next breakout rookie running back that I could roster is going to give me immense value? Now, this is an important show. I'm going to dive into the depth charts here, look at these 5 guys and look at the opportunity and see if they're going to get that volume. Okay, so very, very important episode if you are looking for that rookie running back that could really break out and be the guy on the roster, potentially, right? There's a couple of guys here, a little bit deeper sleeper, but I had to reach here and try to find those opportunities because that's very important, okay? So 5 rookie running back sleepers going into fantasy football 2021. 2 announcements, guys, real quick. Manscaped.com, guys. Use promo code SHOWERLINE, save yourself 20%. This is the Lawnmower 3.0 trimmer. Amazing products, guys. The fit and finish is great. Manscaped.com. Father's Day is around the corner. Great products. Ball wipes, weed whacker for your nose. Get those nose hairs. Amazing products. The Lawnmower 4.0 just came out. It's right behind me. Manscaped.com. Head on over there right now. There's also a link here below on YouTube. And use promo code SHOWERLINE and save yourself 20%. Also, Listeners League, guys, for a chance to be in the Listeners League, here's how it works. It's very simple. 12 people are going to be in this league. I'm going to host the draft. 12-person league for a cash prize of $500. Let me repeat that. $500. To enter, it's very easy. All you got to do is be a member of the 16-round draft solution. To get it, link here below, or head on over to thefantasyfootballaccounts.com, the first ever and only video training. It's going to help you guys crush your leagues. Draft kits are dead. This is the future of fantasy football analysis. 16-round draft solution, okay? Also, smash thumbs up, really helps the channel. And, of course, comment below. Let me know which rookie running back you think is going to have a great season. Love to hear your feedback, all right? So let's talk about these sleepers. The first guy here I'm going to talk about, and it's funny because he's not really going to be a sleeper by the time the season starts, but it's funny because he was sitting at 24th on the consensus rankings. And as soon as I started blowing this guy up and saying he's going to crush it, he's really been, late first round in mock draft. So he still is a sleeper because he could be a top 10 finisher, but he's not in any top 10 rankings. Let me clarify. Let me repeat. The guy I'm talking about is Naji Harris. Let me repeat. He is not on any top 10 list except for mine. That's the only person. I've not seen anybody put Naji Harris in the top 10. I'm going to go ahead and put him there. And I like him a lot more than a lot of other players. I like him a lot more than the guys that are in the top 10. I like him a lot more than Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb, who's sharing a backfield with Kareem Hunt, who outscored him 2 years in a row in PPR. He's sharing a backfield, Aaron Jones, who's due for a significant decline, uncertainty with Aaron Rodgers, and A.J. Dillon taking a step up. He's, not sharing a backfield, but basically he's under these guys. So Aaron Jones, top 10. He's currently sitting 9th on the rankings. Now let me pull this up in PPR here. So Aaron Jones, number 9. Naji Harris is currently sitting 16th, and Naji Harris is actually sitting 24th, okay? So again, I like him ahead of Aaron Jones. I like him ahead of Nick Chubb. I like him ahead of Joe Mixon. I like him ahead of Antonio Gibson. I like him ahead of DeAndre Swift. I like him ahead of Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Yet all these guys are ahead of Naji Harris. So yes, he is a sleeper. Yes, yet he's going to continue to climb. Why do I like him so much? So let's talk about it. 6'2", he's going to get 230 pounds, 220 pounds. He is basically the LeBron James. I'm not a big LeBron James fan, as you guys know if you follow my Instagram. But this is a guy that is a beast on the field, okay? 2020, he was a workhorse. 251 attempts, 1,466 yards, 5.8 yards per carry, over 20 touchdowns. And he can catch the ball, right? 43 receptions. So Connor is gone, and the Steelers were looking for a guy that could replace what Le'Veon Bell did. Now, Le'Veon Bell did, he was a product of the offense. Le'Veon Bell was not a sensational player by any means. The amount of patient running time he needed, that takes a lot of time. He had to have a good O-line at the time, right? So, Naji Harris, I think, is a way better running back, and based on what we've seen in college. And they are looking for that running back. Again, there's no other competition. Connor's gone. I mean, Snell, what did he do? 3.3 yards per carry last year? There is no competition, okay? He's going to be the guy, period. That's just how it's going to be. So Naji Harris will get the volume. He'll get the workload. There's question about that O-line. They have made some improvements, but I'm confident that Big Ben's going to run that offense very well. So Naji Harris, number 1. As a running back sleeper, because he's not in any top 10 lists, and he's going to finish potentially top 5, top 10. He's in my top 10 list, and that's all that matters. He's, his average draft position early second right now, right? If you want him, here's the thing. If you don't get him late first round, early second, you're not going to get him. He's not going to swing back around a 10, 12, 14-person, 16-person league. If you're drafting at number 12, if you don't get him at 10 to 12 and come back around on the, snake draft guys, you know how it works. You go up to 12, you come back with a 13th pick. If you don't get him at 12 and 13 right here, he's not coming back. He's just not going to come back on your, unless you're in a league that people are sleeping and they have no idea. Unless you're in a league with a bunch of dummies, he's not coming back in the third round, period. So as of right now, currently sitting 16th on the consensus rankings, up from 24. He was at 24. He shot up all of a sudden. Why didn't you guys see this when I was talking about when you had him at 24? So again, Naji Harris, love him. And again, it's one of those things, man. It's like they'll put him at 16 now. They'll put like a bunch of bums ahead of him, like Austin Eckler. And then what'll happen is Najee will tear it up. And then next year, he'll all of a sudden be a top 5 guy. And that's why I hate the consensus. They're not thinking outside the box. Now, there's a chance that Najee could completely bust, get hurt like game 1, God forbid, knock on wood, that doesn't happen. But the opportunity is there, okay? Second guy here, I absolutely love him. A lot of people are not talking about him. A lot of people are. The guy I'm talking about is Javonte Williams, okay? Second round pick by the Denver Broncos. I read something here. I don't know where I had it. It was like some sort of line that said he's the highest drafted running back pick for the Denver Broncos since 2009. So clearly, guys, the Broncos are looking for a guy to be the workhorse running back. They're not sold on Melvin Gordon. And Melvin Gordon just quoted a couple days saying he's not concerned about Javonte Williams being there because this is the home that he wants. But Denver has other plans. Melvin Gordon has had years to wow us. We're not wowed. He's just not that good. I think he's had, I got to go back. I don't even care about his stats, but I think I read he's only got like 1,000-yard rushing season or something like that. I got to pull this up here to find out. Not that it really matters, but Melvin Gordon, obviously, if you look at the facts, right? Like, if you say, well, hey, I love you, but then you go on a date with somebody else, it just doesn't work like that. And I think that's what the Broncos are doing. They don't really care about Melvin Gordon. He's old news. He's the past. He's not the real deal. He was never that good. They needed a workhorse running back, and they tried. They knew that Lindsey wasn't the guy because he was an undrafted free agent. I'm just pulling up Melvin Gordon's stats. So, yes, I was right. 2017 was the one season he had 1,105 yards. After that, he's only in 2015. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's had 6 full years in the NFL. Finished one full season. That was 2017 with 16 games. Hasn't finished a season, right? And then that was the only season where he had 1,105 yards. That's it. Last year he had 215 attempts, 986 yards, 9 touchdowns. He's good. He's just not phenomenal, right? So when I look at a guy like Melvin Gordon, I'm just like, yeah, you know what? I'm not excited. I'm not yeah, this is the guy. He's our franchise guy. So that's why they brought in Javonte Williams. They got him in the second round, had a decent 2020 campaign in college, 157 attempts, 1,140 yards, 19 touchdowns, can catch the ball, 25 receptions. And if you look at the target or the attempt share last year, Lindsey got 118 attempts, 502 yards, 11 games. So if Lindsey, an undrafted guy who's not as good, not the prototypical running back, not built like Javonte Williams, right? The 5'10", 212, 215 pounds. He's not built strong like a tank like Javonte. And he got 118 attempts away from Melvin Gordon. This guy, they want to probably groom to be the future. So while I'm saying is that he's a sleeper, currently sitting 38th on the consensus rankings, that you can get for value as your RB3-4 if you go robust RB. If you go robust RB, he's right there. Javonte Williams, I like him a little bit better than Travis Etienne based on situation. Travis Etienne going into Jacksonville with James Robinson there. I like Javonte Williams because I think the barrier to entry is easier. I think that James Robinson is more of a workhorse than Melvin and more solidified that spot based on last year. And Etienne's going to be more of a pass catching back in the situation is what they've stated, right? So barrier to entry, Javonte Williams has less resistance to be that guy. Currently sitting 38th on the Sheep rankings. And again, I don't really use the Sheep rankings at all. What I use them for is a guideline to crush them because I see the value when the Sheep rankings lay out and these ADPs come out on these draft sites, right? They go by kind of ADP. That's where I can see, and that's where you're going to see if you're a 16-round draft solution owner, you're going to have that extra vision to see the value and opportunity. So again, Javonte Williams, man, what a steal this year that could potentially take that job. And again, I could be wrong, but a big-time sleeper. Next guy here, the next 3 guys, I don't feel as confident about, but trust me, the ceiling is there. Number 3 here is Michael Carter, drafted in the 4th round by the Jets. Had a decent campaign last year in college, 156 attempts, 1,245 yards, 9 touchdowns. He can catch the ball out of the backfield if he needs to. Not going to be spectacular necessarily, but until he gets into that groove. They have Zach Wilson, rookie quarterback. It's going to be a totally new offense. And Frank Gore being gone, who hoarded away 187 attempts last year, gone, free agent, right? So the opportunity is there for Michael Carter, 4th round pick for the Jets, to really shine this year. I mean, who is he with? I don't even know who the running back is here. I think they've got Ty Johnson, Michael P. Ryan. Guys, a bunch of bottom feeders, right? So the opportunity is there for Michael Carter to grab the bull by the horns and run with it this year. Again, an absolute sleeper. I think he's sitting like 51 on the consensus rankings. But again, if you get him for the right value, you're not really paying much to get him. You roster him as a sleeper, as adding depth to your roster, and away you go. You got yourself a fantasy football running back that could produce on a relatively mid to high level range. Again, am I excited? Am I jumping out of my seat for Michael Carter? Not yet, but if I can stash him on my bench and get that value, I mean, why not, okay? Now, I've got like 4 other sleepers here. I might as well share them with you. I said 5 sleepers here, but I'm gonna go over the next 2 that I kind of like more, and then I'll give you 2 bonus ones. How does that sound? So stay till the end, guys. I'm going to give you guys 2 bonus sleepers here. But again, these are a bit of a long shot, guys, okay? Next guy here I like. Now, again, I'm not really sold on the 49ers offense. They spread the ball around. But Trey Sermon, he's a 3rd round pick. He's appealing because of the high draft capital. 3rd round, not bad. Anything, 3, round 1, 2, 3 is not bad. It means they want to use him. He's got Mostert and other guys to compete with there. But, 6 foot, 215 out of Ohio State. Last year played. He didn't look like an absolute workhorse. He had 116 attempts, 870 yards. He didn't really, 4 touchdowns. He didn't really, go out there and crush it. I'm looking at his stats. But the fact of the matter is with this guy is that there's probably opportunity, again, totally later. Where is he sitting, this guy? He's way down the depth chart. So, on the ranking. So again, not a guy that I'm going to be jumping on getting, but if I could stash him later, why not? I mean, but the 49ers, the only problem is the volume. So he may not be the guy. I see more volume coming out of a Michael Carter. I see more volume coming out of a Javonte Williams. This is going to be a guy that, we've seen Mostert get hurt. We've seen those running backs and the 49ers players in general get hurt quite a bit. An opportunity for him to step up and be the guy. So this is a total, opportunist kind of situation where you stash this guy on your bench and there could be an opportunity. So keep him on your radar. Trey Sermon, there's an opportunity, relatively high draft capital from the 49ers. And, the talent above him isn't sensational. So again, another opportunity to succeed. But Michael Carter's barrier to entry to be a top guy is, less, right? So, Michael Carter, then you've got Sermon. Okay. So again, as a later guy, last guy here, and a lot of people will be drafting CMC. So I recommend you just handcuff him with Chuba Hubbard. Now, I don't even know how to pronounce the name. Chuba. It's just one of those names. I just want to say Chuba. So Chuba, whatever. Hubbard. Chuba, right? Like Nick Chubbs. Okay, so Chuba, you can actually get this guy for super steal. I think he's sitting 78th on the consensus rankings. I'm not drafting Christian McCaffrey because Christian McCaffrey values modeling more than he does actual football. We saw that last year. He, had he not taken that time to model, maybe he would have had more time to focus on his physical health and avoided an injury. Anyway, that's besides the fact. I'm not drafting Christian McCaffrey for many reasons, being the fact that it's an entirely new offense, totally new situation, and Chuba is behind him, right? So there's a reason they got an absolute beast of a workhorse here who in college in 2019 had 328 attempts, over 2,000 yards, 21 touchdowns, and can catch the ball. They brought in the Chuba because they want to play. That was a terrible joke, right? Tuba, I don't know, never mind. Anyway, Chuba, whatever a Chuba is, they brought him. I don't know what that means. It's a cool name. They brought him in. He's going to get some work, okay? That's the bottom line. And I think, I don't know if CMC is going to go back to the way he was a couple years ago. I would imagine they're going to work Chuba in a little bit. If they don't, CMC gets hurt, it's coming off injury, there's an opportunity for some Chuba to come in, right? Okay, so that's the 5th guy. So that's it, guys. Chuba. Did I give you guys 5 or 6? I'm losing track. That's 5. Yeah, so I'm going to give you guys 2 bonus ones here. Again, long shots here, but Javian Hawkins, undrafted free agent on the Falcons. I'm not sold on Mike Davis. Yes, he ran hard, but he's a backup, always been a backup. Now, again, at the time of this recording, there is talk about, Julio Jones being shipped off, whether they're going to bring in someone else. As of right now, Davis is the top guy. Davis, are you kidding me? Not a good guy in regards to fantasy at all. I don't trust him. He's not even a good player. Again, decent season, but he had to step up with CMC being gone. And they were kind of a plug-and-play situation where they knew how to run the running back very well. Now they're on a throw, and he's on a throw for his team. I don't trust it, right? So Javian Hawkins had a good campaign in 2019. 264 attempts, 1,525 yards. And I say 2019, these are kind of going off their pinnacle year. 2020, not as good, but he showed that he can be a workhorse in 2019. So Javian Hawkins, currently sitting 85th on the consensus rankings as a stash. Why not? And last one, a little bit of a long shot. Won't go into too much detail here, but Larry Roundtree out of Missouri, round 6 pick for the Chargers. Again, I'm not sold on Eckler being the guy. Kelly Jackson have done nothing. So there's a deeper sleeper for you guys, Larry Roundtree. And I'll do a deeper sleeper show a little bit later on. But he's a guy that, might get some opportunity. But 6th-round pick, you never know. We saw Philip Lindsay, undrafted, tear it up, a couple years ago. You never know. Larry Roundtree could come in, probably steal the starting job. You never know, guys. That's what makes it so much fun. But he's a super late round stash or probably a first week waiver wire wonder. Who knows, right? But I got to make you aware of these guys, of the Chuba, of the Larry, of Javian Hawkins. These guys are probably in an opportunity where they could see some volume and possibly emerge. But again, very deep sleepers, okay? So there you have it, guys. 7 rookie running back sleepers that you may want to target. And there's other guys. I mean, if you go through the depth chart, you can really nitpick and say, oh, there's an opportunity there. But they're complete long shots, right? I like Naji Harris. I think he could really shine. I think this is a good year to grab him because a lot of people are going to sleep on him. It's his rookie. They're not uncertain, but he could easily be a top 5, top 10 running back. And again, we see these top 5, top 10 running backs, your Dalvin Cooks, your CMCs, your Saquons, the guys that are being drafted early fall off. There is other guys that are going to emerge, and some of these guys that I mentioned could emerge in the top 5, top 10. All right, guys, subscribe, thumbs up. Let me know what you guys think. Which rookie running back do you like? Comment below. Lots of information here for you guys. Thinking outside the box. And it's so funny because so many people would rather just draft like an old vet over taking a risk on these guys where there's way more ceiling. Take the risk in mid to later rounds, guys. You will be very happy. And I explain that in the 16-round draft session. Get it at thefantasyfootballcounselor.com. I'm out. Smash thumbs up. We'll talk soon.